We will go live really, really soon. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first AUSvision Song Contest. I would like to thank everybody for joining us, and I also would like to thank the Victorian State Government who has made this beautiful event possible. The minister, the Honorable Rose Spence, wanted to actually launch it today, but unfortunately she couldn't make it, but she promised she will come at a later stage and will join one of our future AUSvision song contests. So what is AUSvision? AUSvision is not Eurovision. We are not a pop competition. What we want to do is we want to talk more about the multicultural assets that we have in Australia, the beautiful people that are joining us here and making enriching our lives with their culture. And music is part of it. Music is special. Music is a language. You you can sometimes listen to foreign language music, and while you do not understand actually what they are singing, you don't understand the lyrics because you don't speak their language. You still sense what it means. You sense the emotion, um, and that is the beauty of music. It's almost a language of the soul. What we want to do is we want to focus on traditional music. Some of these music or these traditions are hundreds of years old, and they are different from country to country. If you would live in a tundra or desert environment, your music most probably would be more melancholic than in a jungle, right? We have more drums there. So it brings across a lot of soul, it brings across a lot of emotions. And that's what we are about. And education. So when people meet me and they say, "Hey, Frank, what's your background?" I'm saying, "I'm German." You know what I get? Two German words: Lederhosen and Weißwurst. So I think Germany is a little bit more than just Oktoberfest, right? And I would love to bring some German stuff in here to demonstrate there are bigger parties than just the Oktoberfest. But yeah, that's what we are about. How does it work? Now, the AUSvision Song Contest is a cultural contest where we have one culture, may it be from Africa, may it be from Asia, from Europe, or wherever, or South America. And we will have 3 to 5 contestants that will show us their traditional music. We will get that feeling of what that culture is about or that nation is about. What we value are 2 things: traditional music, and there could be a bonus by using traditional instruments, and traditional costumes, clothing. That could be a bonus by traditional dance. So this is the things that we value. This is the things that we want to show to you. And this is what we ask our participants to bring to you. Okay, let's get started. Typically, we would have now let's say, we would have one culture, I would also have an expert of that culture. Because if we would listen to traditional Ethiopian music, I would have no clue how traditional and how authentic this is. So we would have somebody from Ethiopia that would share with us his expertise and would comment and would evaluate the performances. Today, however, is a demo show. We want to showcase to every participant that want to be contestants in future how it works. We have invited 4 contestants to come in today, and today they are all from different cultures, and they didn't know what they had to bring. They just have provided us with a video, which we will evaluate today, so that you get an idea of what is required and what are we looking for. And because there's no expert of 4 different cultures, today we have one person that is a multicultural music lover. That is Graham. And Graham will join us today as the judge.
G'day, everybody. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Okay, now we are 2. Sounds better, right? So the next thing we want to do is getting started. And the first person I would like to introduce today is somebody that is very special. Let me see whether I can get a couple of pictures so you get an idea. Here we go. It's Piranha Visicantaragon. Sorry, Piranha, most probably haven't got that absolutely right. But she is a music teacher. She has actually a master's in education. She has performed in many popular TV programs, and she did something else that I was really impressed of. She went to Vienna and competed in an international music competition, and guess what? She won. The grand prize virtuoso went to Piranha, and now I'm curious if she can win international competition. Maybe she is also able to win the AUSvision. Let's welcome everybody, Piranha, to the stage.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
There we are.
Hello.
How are you doing today? How did you manage this? Piranha, you are from Thailand, you're living in Australia, and you won a prize in Austria. I mean, these are 3 different continents. How did that happen?
Yes, because I participate in music competition online, and that's why they choose me, and I have opportunity to travel abroad and perform there.
Okay, wow. Well done, well done. Now you have done this obviously for a long time. How did you get into traditional instruments and traditional music?
Yes, I love the sound of my traditional music because my daddy, he also play Thai traditional music too. And from that time, I study and with the support from my parents, and I study from 8 years old, and I was
Wow.
impressed by my teacher dedication and to expand Thai culture. That's why I love playing traditional music.
Yeah, but it's not just learning. I think you must have a lot of passion for it as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I like it. You went into and do um, classical music. You actually created some classical music. Is that correct?
Yes, it's like world music. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Well, let's have a look at what you sent to us. Here we go. Wow, that was stunning. Let me put you to the center of stage now. This was stunning. Graham, what do you think?
Amazing performance, wasn't it? I don't know how you can just play 3 different instruments and one after the other. You must have had a lot of training for that. How long have you actually been playing?
Pardon?
Veronique, can
Sorry,
you hear
could you
me?
repeat that?
How long have
Can
you
you say
actually been playing?
I start from 8 years old now. I maybe around 20 years. Yeah, 20 years.
Okay. And we certainly can tell, because obviously those pieces of instruments are so to what we see in Western culture. And how traditional is that music in Thailand?
Yes,
Do you play at certain events?
yep. So it's Thai string instruments. So that's consists of Thai soprano violin, Thai alto violin, and Thai hammer dulcimer. Yeah. So I play this song, and the song is
Yeah, so
newly
the
remixed. Yes.
dulcimer, right.
Yes, the
And the
dulcimer is the
dulcimer,
first one.
which is where you started, obviously very, very technical. How do you just learn all that?
Yes, when I was young, I practice a lot. Sometimes I'm lazy, but my parents
Practice.
support and motivate to do it. Yes. So at
Yeah,
first I don't
excellent.
like. I feel like
So
I want to play,
really,
but when I continue to play, I fall in love with my music. Yes.
okay, great. As far as your performance goes, there is a hell of a lot of interesting things, multicultural and music. Yeah, your costume, for example, costume.
Yes. Thai traditional one. Yes.
Okay, and the instruments obviously are traditional and the music is traditional. So you've ticked all the boxes as far as what this competition's all about, and fantastic effort.
Yeah. Thank
So, Karanya,
you.
great job, well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You like it. Thank you.
Okay, this was a fantastic start, Graham. What? Can't beat this.
Yeah.
Can we?
I don't
Let's
know how
see.
she
Let's
does
see.
that and plays those instruments. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
guess
That's
there's
right.
so many.
Yes, continue.
Yeah, let's move on, Trent.
Okay. Well, our next contestants do the only thing that Paranya hasn't done. They dance.
Correct. And she didn't sing either.
Sorry, wrong picture. Wrong picture. There's the dance.
Yeah.
So let's see. Where do we have Leo and Katya? There we are. We get them in.
Hi, Leo.
Hello.
Hi, Katja.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Let me see whether it's easier. We put you on the square. Yeah, we see a little bit more.
Thank you.
That's okay. Now I smell another interesting story, Katya. A Russian meets a Brazilian in Melbourne.
No, in Norway.
In Norway. Woohoo! Come on, share the story.
Do you want to start?
No, we can do.
Okay. So actually, I'm Russian, but I'm Australian. I was born in the USSR, but I'm Australian by citizenship. And I was in Norway at the same time that Leo was in Norway, which is where we met. That's the story. Because I'm Australian, I came back to Australia to my family, and Leo decided to make the Northern Hemisphere back to the Southern Hemisphere, but the opposite side of the globe. So he landed a little bit off target, and now we're here.
Yes.
That's great.
I've got to ask a question, Katja. Was it love at first sight or was it music? What brought you together?
It was music.
Music.
It was not love at first sight.
Fair enough.
Sorry. He knows it. But I think he knew it from the beginning. So I think he used the music.
Right. Okay.
Smart guy. So, Leo, how did you get into Foro? I mean, and become so good that you travel the world?
Because in Brazil, we have two traditional festivals. The first one's the Carnival, everyone know about samba. In the second one's the Winter Festival, where we play forró. So it's the Brazilian couple dance in Brazil, we play forró, is this style we dance. And I get since I'm born, I think, I start to dance and I get better and better. And in Norway, I start my dance school. When I moved to Melbourne, I moved to here and I moved my dance school as well.
Okay.
But
Wow,
he also has a band, so he does actually play live music as well.
Yeah, I play music as well.
Yeah.
I play percussion, so I play samba, I play also another style of Brazil, forró, maracatu, coco, and others also.
You have to bring that stuff in.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. You guys will hear about us in another project as well.
I'm pretty sure. So what do you think? Shall we see your dance?
Let's do
Let's
it.
see where I find the video clip. Okay. Wow,
So
what
there
a
we have
picture.
it.
Where was that? Where was that, Leo? Was it Brighton or somewhere?
Was in
Elwood
Elwood. Yeah, Elwood.
Beach.
Elwood,
Yeah.
Elwood, corner around there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I thought I-
okay.
Elwood City Club there.
He coaches at
Yes, I
Elwood.
thought I
Elwood.
Coaches soccer like every Brazilian should.
I love the drone picture. Really professional. I love it.
So
Well
this
done,
was in
well done.
COVID times.
So we are not in so informed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't do a uniform and everyone had to social distance. So we decided to go for the drone because we couldn't
okay.
be in a public space. So we chose the pier, we chose the drone to film us, and we
Yeah.
got all the equipment. So this is your dancing in COVID.
Yeah, it wasn't clear.
Okay, so you had to do it alone. All right, all
We
right.
had to do it
Okay.
alone, yes.
Yeah.
We were often when we first saw the video, we thought, well, there isn't any costume there and there's no tradition, but obviously the forró dance is very traditional in Brazil.
Yeah.
What influences that type of dance, say, versus the samba, for example?
So I say the forró is like the language. They always like is don't stop still. So when we start the forró long time ago with Luis Gonzaga, we started the forró was two in the side, the right, two in the left. And like the language notes have the progress in its change. So we start to get some things of Zouk inside. Let's see like this. But it's not like someone from Zouk going there and do it. Have this as well, but have something go naturally, you know? People start to turning and you start to come naturally turning. You have to come the footwork, like, because some things, the footwork you can see forró, you don't see also in samba. You can see some things in tango, but not at everything you see in tango as well. So it's kind of, could be have some things there, but like the things go naturally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But traditionally, it's a country dance. It comes from the northeast of Brazil, and it used to be dance. It's like almost like a barn dance, a barn couple dance. And if you heard the musical instruments there in this particular song, in this particular band, is an accordion. The lead instrument is accordion. So you can imagine the scene of being sort of in the countryside in a farm, and everyone's having this dance, and there's the accordion. You know what it's like, Frank.
And also, we have a costume, but the costume used the Winter Festival for this kind of music. It's like one choreography we do it. You know what I mean? It's not two people, it's like many people, like 50, 60 people.
But there are traditional costumes that associate with forró and also associate with the festival.
Traditional food, traditional costume, expressions, words, everything is cultural thing. It's not only one does.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, for somebody that's got two left feet, it's very hard for me to judge dance. So I often get criticised for standing on my partner's feet. So I won't.
They have a school. They can show you how to do it, Graham.
Yeah, it's in Elwood if you're not far from Elwood.
Yeah,
right near that pier.
Yeah. And now that you've mentioned the fact that was shot during COVID, we can understand that, you know, you would have wanted to put so much more of the tradition and seeing more people in the dance as well. And that explains a hell of a lot, because I guess from just seeing a couple dancing in a very sparse area on the jetty at Elwood makes it, you know, a little bit difficult to pick up all the dance moves and everything else. And it probably lacked a little bit of pizzazz, but next time you probably do a video, hopefully COVID is over and there'll be heaps of people.
So there's actually a Festa Junina on in Melbourne tomorrow, and we're going to go.
Okay.
So if you want to go and see all the people dancing on the dance floor and the live musicians, you can. And we'll do you guys one. We'll take a video in front of a live band of us dancing and send it over.
Well, you guys have to understand, this is just a demo show. So you will have another opportunity, and then you can show us all that stuff. The band, 10, 15 couples dancing, traditional clothing, and you rock the boat.
So we'll bring it.
Okay, cool.
Very, very well done, Leo and Kato, and
thank you.
Glad that you've actually entered the competition. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much.
Okay. Another great performance, huh? All
And
right.
it's interesting, Frank, that they shot that during COVID. So that makes it even more impressive because we didn't even consider that, did we?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Absolutely right. Okay, let's go to the third one. Now, the third one is a crazy band from the jungle of Colombo. Colombia, sorry, not Colombo. Now, the band leader, Mauro Gomez, unfortunately, is currently in the Kakadu National Park. There's not a lot of internet connection. There are more crocodiles around there. And so he can't join us live. What we did is on Wednesday before he left, we had a quick interview. Let me see, I get you a picture of this band. Okay. That's the crazy band. They actually have traveled and played from Melbourne to Darwin. All right. So certainly created some national attraction. But what I would like to do is we would share that interview with you in a second. Hello, Mauro. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good, Frank. And you?
Doing great, doing great. I hear you're preparing yourself to go to the Kakadu National Park, getting ready to be eaten by crocodiles, aren't you?
Hope not. But yeah, very looking forward to be there and, see the amazing nature that is around there.
No, good. How long have you been in Australia?
15 years already. Been a bit of time.
You said you came 15 years ago. What brought you here?
Music, following my heart and, stuff. I was studying music in Colombia back there, but it's only classical music that I could study in my city. The only option to study jazz or popular music or something a bit more new, it was going to go to Bogota, the capital city, in the more expensive University of Colombia. And it turns out it was so expensive that it was even kind of cheaper to go overseas. So I thought it would be great to, learn English and also, see another country. So I started looking for it. I applied to go to the United States, but they refused my visa, thankfully. And then I ended up here in Australia, which is great. I love it. It's such a good country to be.
And you met your partner, wife, and created family here?
Yes. We met here. I was studying English, like the first year I met her. So yeah, we've been together since.
Oh, fantastic. Madre Monte, what does that mean? I know Madre is mother. Monte is like a mountain, a hill or something, isn't it?
Yeah. You could say pretty much like that, but I think Monte means more like jungle, like, the bush. So it's Mother Jungle or Mother Earth, you could say. Yeah, it's a myth. It's the biggest myth in Latin America. Is spread all around, Latin America in the indigenous communities. And they believe the Mother Jungle is out there. And even though she gives us life and protection and all the beautiful things, she's also scared. If you do something wrong with other animals or plants, Madre Monte will come back to you. So that they fear of her. It's a bit of, it's love and fear at the same time, which has created respect, which I think is something that we Westerns still don't get the respect that we need to do for, for the earth and for the planet.
I think if you put Graham and me into the jungle, we would have respect as well.
There you go. That's true.
I lived for a while in Cairns, and it's not jungle, but yeah, I know at least the tropics. Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you choose Madre Monte as the name for your band?
Well, it was not just me. It was Jorge, the conga player, the percussion player, who actually say, why don't we call ourselves Madre Monte? It's because most of the songs that we write, especially at the beginning, were about myths, Latin American mythology, and even Australian mythology. In some of the songs, we even talk about the rainbow serpent and things like that. So after we create a song that is called Madre Monte or Marimonda, which is another name, Madre Monte is called in many different names in Latin America, but it's the same myth. And then Jorge say, why don't we call ourselves Madre Monte? I mean, it's the biggest myths. We writing about myths. We kind of represent that. So, and then we're like, yeah, that makes sense. So that's what the name come up from.
Fantastic. If you would drive up to Darwin, you would go past the Rainbow Valley just before Alice Springs. Then you can get a little bit of your myth there.
Yeah. Good point. Okay. Good point.
All right. Well, then let's have a look at your video and what you have put together. Are you ready?
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. I hope everybody like it.
Okay. Let's have a look. was beautiful. Really exciting how you have put that video together. That's a whole story that you're sharing with Australia. You wanna tell a little
Thank
bit more
you.
about the story?
Thank you. Yes, yes. Well, this is another myth. It's called the man Caiman. And the song is called Caiman en Fuga. Caiman is like I don't know if you know, it's like a crocodile, but the Latin American version of crocodile. And so it's, yeah. So it's this big myth in Colombia, in an area of Barranquilla, where it was this man who used to love to go to the river and hide when the women went to have a swim. And so he could see them naked. That was his, thing. And then somebody told him that a magician, or not a magician, like a, how you call it, like a indigenous, this person that makes poisons. Shaman, will give him this thing so he could transform himself into a caiman and then go underneath the water, be a caiman. Like, so he said, this is perfect. I need to do this so I can get even closer to have a look of this beautiful woman. Anyway, he did that and a few times, and then he need to put, when he's a caiman, he needs somebody to do it for him to become a human again. So when he told to a friend to do it, and when his friend come and saw the caiman, he got scared, throw the potion, and only half of his body become caiman, and the other half was still a human. So half of his body top human, half of his body bottom caiman. So he became a legend, but he became a creature that everybody was scared. And then they decide they need to hunt him down and kill him because people was scared of him. So he ran away down the river, and then he threw himself to the ocean, and then he appears in Australia, in Melbourne, Australia.
At the Princess
then
Pier.
he becomes
beautiful.
yeah. That's Caiman and Fuga. So Fuga, in classical music is like run away, Fuga, the Fuga, when the violence good. So he ran away and threw himself to the ocean, appears in Australia, and arrived in Melbourne. Now he is a human again, and he represents us, Latin Americans in Australia in a way. So that's the whole concept of the song, and that's what you can see in the video. We are running around the streets of Melbourne with all these graffitis, and you can actually see the caiman, and so yeah, that's pretty much.
So when he became human again, had that to do something with the dance? Because you had a beautiful dance when you started at the pier.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, maybe that's it. Actually, we just thought it would be too hard for him or for us if you still are half human and half caiman, So we thought we better make him a human again, otherwise it's not gonna fit.
Yeah, no, Latinos have to dance. That is just what we as Australians most probably would envision. And then you had the jungle of the laneways that have been beautifully converted around about 10 years ago in Melbourne. Not all with graffiti, but I think you picked all the ones that had.
Yes, we choose a street that back then has a lot of graffitis, and it was a great experience. In fact, my brother was here back then, and he's the one who made the video and everything. So it was nice.
I love the dynamic. Graham, what did you think about the video, the music, and what Mauro represented?
Yeah, well, firstly, Mauro, great performance. Really,
thank you, mate.
Yeah, the dancing at the start was, a great opening scene, and then you've got your musician music in the background. And I guess without knowing about you and your culture, it certainly shows some aspects of it really well. And, I guess the thing that I really liked the most was the scenes of the Melbourne behind the scenes. And, we all know Melbourne is the multicultural capital of the world. So you've incorporated that so well into the video. Well done there. That's really great.
Thank you.
I guess you know, it's certainly entertaining. And I guess with all aspects, and you've introduced not only the singing, but also the dance, and there's some traditional aspects there to Colombia, and what you represent and what you're trying to represent within Australia as well. And that's what we're all about. And, a great performance. Really well done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank you.
and thanks for enlightening us about the story about this man wishing to become a caveman. Because initially,
a little bit frightening, isn't it?
you had the
Yeah.
hand there, and I thought, okay, they are just doing this because it should look like the hands of a caveman. But now I know it's actually the hands of a human, but the rest is caveman, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
So you brought us a story. You brought us great visuals. A lot of dynamic in the dancing. I think what you could add, if you would improve on it for us, considering that we want to showcase the music as well, is if you could have a little bit of your band blend in. I mean, you have the drummer, you had the trumpets and etc. If you just could, while they're running through the laneways, you have a few seconds of that coming in, because that makes the whole thing a little bit more holistic. I think other than that, you have tick all the boxes. Except when I was looking at the dance, you guys were wearing green. I somewhere thought that Colombia is, what's that, yellow, blue, and red?
Yeah, that's correct.
So I thought, okay,
That's correct.
cool, this is Brazil. This is
Yeah, I got you. I guess we wanted to kind of resemble the caiman, like a crocodile.
Yeah, the jungle.
It's kind of greenish. But yeah, you're right. We don't. Yeah, I don't think we even have. Do we have a Colombian flag there or anything? Maybe no.
That's
I
not
guess in a way,
important.
because yeah, got you.
So what we want to do as AMCC, as AUSvision, we want to do is we want to showcase the different cultures and a little bit of the tradition. So if you're wearing something that is traditional, that would underline what we try to do. So so if people are watching us right now, thanks to your story, they get a little bit of the feeling of what Colombia stands for, because your story, the moose, the jungle, the things that you explained is well presented. Yeah. And then, as I said,
the hat.
Your hat, that was perfect.
The hat is very Colombian.
Yeah, and your partner had flowers or something else in her hair. Or was it also a hat? I couldn't see that. I can't remember.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't remember either. But you're right about the band point. It's a very good point. It's not a session where the whole band is like, you watch the video and it's a lot of people that was involved in the video, but not everybody is in the band. So it's not an area where you can see, okay, this is Madre Monte, this is the band. You're right. We miss that bit.
No, but other than that, you did well, Mauro. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a real pleasure. And let's see how Graham at the end of the show will rate you.
Awesome. No, thank you for having us, and it's a pleasure.
Good luck, Mauro.
Fingers crossed.
Well done too.
See you. Cheers.
Bye.
See ya.
I just realized how long that interview was. we got chatting there. I'm sorry, guys, that it was so long. Let's speed up a little bit now. We have our last competitor, young girl from the Philippines, Viana May. She is a singer, and she has won the grand champion of Center Stage, which is what you would compare here as The Voice Australia. So let's welcome. Let me show a little bit of a picture. Here we go. Let's welcome Diana May.
Hi, hello, good evening to all of you.
Hi, Vienna. Good to see you.
It's so good
Now-
to see you too.
We also have.
Sorry. You didn't call me.
Hello, Eugenio.
Hi.
I haven't even
Hi.
started to introduce you yet.
Yeah, that's
Eugene-
why I don't know. I was surprised.
Eugenio is the Australian composer of the music that Diana May will interpret. So we wanted to invite him too. Okay, and I think he is the one that actually initiated all of this. And how did you? I know that you are a hardworking man during the day, and then at night you're composing.
Yeah.
How did that start?
I started around when I was 10 years old. I started with rap and then metal and then going down until turns into ballads. I just don't know. It just keeps on, receding as I think age going up, and then the music is slowing down as well.
Okay. And how did the two of you meet?
Bayana is the niece of my friend, Dr. Jun Samar, and can I greet him because he just won an award in the Philippines, Bicol University COVID-19 awardee, hero of COVID-19 awardee, Dr. Jun Samar, her uncle. We came from the same school.
Okay, so long-term friends. How long have you been
Yeah.
in Australia?
Oh, it depends. If you count it by years, it'll be 20 years. And if you
Wow.
count it by staying here, because I go there, I come back.
Okay.
Maybe
Permanent
I'm
traveler.
not sure. Yeah. I stayed in the
Okay.
Philippines 3 years. Yeah, before COVID. I was in the Philippines for 3 years.
Okay. All right. And Vienna, you managed to connect to us from the Philippines. Great.
Yes. I actually have a very poor connection at the moment, but it's still holding up. My connection is still holding, so it's still great at the moment.
You have to share with the audience the story that you shared with me a little bit earlier, how you got involved into music. I asked her, when do you start? And your answer was pretty amazing.
All right, so whenever I tell this story, I always start it with "believe me or not" because most of the time people won't believe me when I tell my story and how I started singing. So my passion for music began when I was still inside my mother's womb because my parents would make me listen to music multiple times. And after that, when I was born, um, I have attended singing classes since I was 2 years old. And then my father was my first, 2 years old. And then my father was my first music instructor. And funny thing, because he never allowed me to learn or feel the term nervousness and or shyness as a child. So I'm always this confident girl who's always smiling, who's always laughing, who's always bubbly. And that's why I had always been the one selected to perform at different occasions.
No, fantastic. I mean, you have won almost every competition. I mean, if you win the grand, you become the grand champion of centerpiece. This is just amazing. Okay, well, I think we should share with the audience how good you are. Are you ready for this?
Right. I hope everybody likes this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I wonder why morning don't come any sooner. Darkness seems to last longer than forever. The sun's always hiding behind the clouds above. hatred's always winning over virtues of love. I want to wake up one day. I got wings and I'm ready to fly away, so we can fly, and we'll try to reach our dreams in the sky. Then we can smile for a while, even if sadness is in our eyes. We will fly and fly. I wonder why hopes are built from broken dreams. Why can't we let love shine without a world that's dim? Why do we always feel that we're out of place, when all we want is just a heartfelt embrace? I want to wake up one day. I got wings and I'm ready to fly away, so we can fly, and we'll try to reach our dreams in the sky. Then we can smile for a while, even if sadness is in our eyes. We will fly and fly. We'll soar together to face a better day, where we will roam free, but we'll never go astray. We'll forget about the pain, and everything will be okay. So we can fly, and we'll try to reach our dreams in the sky. Then we can smile for a while, even if sadness is in our eyes. So we can fly, and we'll try to reach our dreams in the sky. Then we can smile for a while, even if sadness is in our eyes. We will fly and fly.
Gosh, I have tears in my eyes.
Lovely.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you.
15
Thank you.
years.
Thanks,
Wow.
Frank.
Eugenio, you must be so proud, aren't you?
Of course, of course.
Has-
Nothing
ha-
can
Has she
replace.
interpreted your song properly, did she?
Over. Extended. above average.
Excellent.
So
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Eugenio, what's the actual meaning behind the song? It's obviously something that's very purposeful to you. What does it actually mean, that song?
It's about the negative things that happen, and then suddenly you just want to get out. Especially that's like dedicated to all Filipinos who try to get out of the Philippines, and yet, you know, you like for me, I come to Australia, I am happy I can eat what the Prime Minister of Australia eats, but it's like something is missing. You're sad, you're still sad, you have something, dreams, you have things that you want, you desire, but something is still missing. Still like, hey, the Philippines is there, but we flew away. We flew already. That's why it's called flying.
Right. Okay. It's got a lot of purpose because, and when Vienna sang the song, she sang it with that sort of expression of wanting to fly away and be somewhere different all the time, and that really came across very well. And a great, you know,
like
15-year-old, and you,
yeah,
yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah, being 15-year-old and able to express that in the song was also a great thing for us to, as viewers and people listening. So well done, Vienna May.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Graham.
Thank you. Okay, fantastic. Gosh, what a day! What an evening!
I think Vienna May should come across to Australia and sing.
I'm pretty sure she will do one day. What do we have? We had grand virtuoso playing 3 traditional instruments. We had a fantastic dance that was beautifully filmed, and we had a crazy band telling us a story about a caiman coming to the jungle of Melbourne's laneways, and then we have that voice that finishes the show. What do you think, Graham?
Well, I'm judging this only on the tradition and the culture that it's brought to bear. So each of them in their own right were very, very good. So it's very hard to separate. But if we're, you know, and my vote compared to what the audience votes is something different, because I'm looking at how they incorporate the tradition in their music, the tradition in their song, their costume, the whole package basically. And so we've obviously come up with a winner of this section, voted by me, not by the audience, and we'll get it.
Yes. But before you go into that, let me explain to the audience again how the voting actually works. Okay, so the voting happens in 3 steps. Number 1 is today we have our guest, our co-host, who will evaluate, as you were saying, the authenticity of and the performance of the songs. He's not thinking about entertainment. He's not thinking whether he likes what he sees. He's thinking of just those 2 things. And his vote counts 25% of the overall vote. Then the next stage is 72 hours of voting by you, the audience. Okay, we'll show you how to do this later, but you have the opportunity to go on our social media and vote there. And your vote are 50% of the total. Once your 72 hours are finished, then AMCCU Media will have a look, and they have a different look. They will look just at the entertainment factor of the music video. This is entertaining. That's the only thing they are judging, and they will give this another 25%. So this makes up the 100%. Well, I will share with you how you can vote in a moment. Let's now go back to Graham. And it was great to choose the top 3 of the day. I don't like to be in your shoes.
Okay, it's not an easy task because, you know, we heard the story of Leo and Katja, who in the situation COVID weren't able to express in the way that they and so I've given them the third vote for today, and you know, I'm sure that they could improve a hell of a lot on what they've done and the presentation that they did. The second vote, I've had again a bit of a to do it, and I ended up going with the Cayman man, Madra Monte and Morrow and the team, because behind the tradition of bringing in the folklore of Brazil into the dance and into the music was something that was really entertaining, and also the traditional side of it. Again, perhaps had some effect on what he could have done with entertaining with more musicians, etc. So, and I guess, yes, sorry, he was the Colombian man, not sorry to Leo and Katya there. The first prize, well, the first scene, again, very difficult scenario, because we had of Verena May, and we had the traditional work of our first act, in which was Piranha. Piranha representing Thailand, traditional point of view only. I've given the first vote to Piranha because there was so much tradition in her music, in the instruments she's played, she's dressed, she's done everything that what AMCCS contest is all about in promoting multicultural. And the performance she did also, such a hard instruments to play, was absolutely fantastic. So
okay,
there it is.
There we go. All right, fantastic. But this is just 25%, guys. You can make all the difference.
That's right.
You can make a huge difference. And how can you do that? Now, you will see, and I think we're already blending in the 3 accounts you can go to. At 9 o'clock, in 18 minutes, we open the voting. You can go to Generation 1's Generation 1 Facebook account, that is Gen 1 Migrants. You can go to the AMCCU Facebook account, which is AMCCU Media, and you can go to the AMCCU Media YouTube. On all those 3, you can vote for your favorite person or band for today. Now, what do we count? We count the likes. Likes is 1 point. Okay, we count comments, and if comments are more than 40 letters, there are 2 points. And the third thing that we are rewarding is shares. Every share will count 3 points. Okay, so that's very simple. But some people saying, hey, do we have some tricks? Can we do something more? Can we vote for more than 1 person? Absolutely. Okay, so if you want to vote for 1 or 2 or 3, please feel free to do that. But also, if you're very passionate about one particularly performer, you can give them a little bit of extra points. How can you do that? Go on all 3 platforms. Like them on all 3 platforms, so you get triple the things. Make comments on everything. You can make multiple comments. That's completely okay, as long as they're not identical. Okay, if they're not too similar, we'll count extra 2 points. So if you make 1,000 comments, there are another 2,000 points. Right? Depends on how much time you have to make those comments. Sharing. The trick with sharing is you can share to your friends, to your groups, to pages. And you can do this from every account. You can go from Gen 1 Facebook and share with your friends in the pages. And you can do this from the other accounts as well. So you get multiple ways of promoting your best performer for tonight. And yeah, once once this is done, you have 72 hours. So if you share it, motivate everybody else to do the same thing. You want your team or your performer to win. After 72 hours, that is Monday, 9 o'clock, Australian Eastern Standard Time, we will close it. The individual videos will be still open. You can still continue to vote, but we don't count them anymore. So after 72 hours, it's the cut. But feel free to share it anyway. And then once that 72 hours is finished, we will give it to AMCCU. They will give their final counts, and we will have a winner. We will make a winner's video, and we will show that video at our next show. And we expect that show to be likely today in 4 weeks' time. So maybe mark the 22nd of July, 7:30 in your calendar, and then you will find out who is the winner.
Well done.
Any last words from you, Graham?
No, I just encourage everybody to get on the Facebook or whatever their program is and vote for their person that they favour. And yeah, good luck to the winner.
Okay, well then I would like to thank you for helping me out today. Your sharing, your thinking was really appreciated. And I thank all our participants who have in here, Perenya, Leo and Katja, Moro in the national, in Northern Territories in Kakadu National Park, and of course Eugenio and Vienna May to make this a beautiful first session. I thank you, the audience. I thank the team of AMCCU, who has done an amazing job in the background, particularly Mark. Thank you, Mark. You're awesome. Bernadette, fantastic organization. Wayne, he's the guy who has done all these beautiful videos, right? And Laura and Emily who promoted it. So thank you so much for everybody for joining in. And I will see you in hopefully 4 weeks. Take care.
In the next show. Ciao, everybody.